channel Science to Technology. I welcome you all to today's live stream. We're gonna talk about some stuff and SLS and all that things. I hope audio and video is working. I will wait for incognito window to give me a feedback loop to confirm whether the audio and video is working. You guys can also write yes AV in order to confirm. So then I will know for fact. Technology. I welcome you all to today's live. Okay, as of now, to my best understanding, the audio and video is working, so you guys should get a complete picture. So, welcome. Now, I talked about last week that, yeah, okay. Okay, cool. 100%, I'm getting 100%, so that means things are working. Okay, so last week I was talking about this. Basically, I wanted to start making my own basically LAN cable. So I bought a kit that had all these puppies. Unfortunately, while this jack it looks functional, it does not work with Cat 6 cable. It's only designed for Cat 5 cable. So I did manage to make one working unit of like old Cat 5 cables, basically. Yes, this one. Hold up. Yep. So this was my old cable. This is where I re-terminated with the kit one. It worked. This was a weird cable. This was a crosstalk cable for some reason. I chopped it off, made it a normal pass through. It works flawlessly. Everything is fine. So I thought, okay, so crimp is tested, the tester is tested, everything is fine, everything is dandy. Then I upgraded to my actual intent. So my actual intent was to use these cable. This is Cat 6 cable. Basically, it does have that plastic separator that allows to have higher frequency and reduce crosstalk. Meaning, for short distance, this puppy can actually handle 10 gigabit, 1 gigabyte per second should be handleable. So this is Cat 6. Yeah, after punching through around four of these puppy, I kind of realized the teeth that it has, that metal teeth it has, it's not the teeth is not long enough for penetrating thick gauge wire, so it's not going through. So unfortunately my plan of making a video on that got delayed, but I ordered this puppy. Basically, yeah, this is made in India brand. So this makes jacks that are custom built for Cat 6, and this is a bit better design where it is pass through, meaning if you take a jack like this, general jack is like you put it, that's it, the end. Here you put it, it comes out on the other end, it's pass through. Benefit is you can actually verify all the cables are right order or not in terms of cable order. Sorry, pardon me, I somehow forgot to bring this printout. So all the cables supposed to be in this order, T, which we call a T568B. Now if you mess up the order in normal jacks like this, you can't see anything, and after like basically you have no pre-check, did it went correctly or not. In this, because it comes out on the other end, you can actually pre-check it. It's like, hey, is it actually, before you crimp it, so you can do that. Now does come with a penalty, while you do have a bit of waste, and you do need a different kind of crimper that has a blade on it. As you can see, this has a blade, that blade cuts it. So you do need a different kind of crimper, but it does work. As of now, I just got this morning, and I already made a video about that. So it does work, thankfully. Now that means I have actually terminated my first Cat 6 cable, not Cat 5, Cat 6 cables. So tada! Basically, one I was made for Hindi video, one for English one. So finally I got working Cat cables. So yeah, it was a jack issue. It's such a weird thing. You do not think about it. It's like, hey, can jack be terminated to based on Cat or Cat 5, Cat 6 and all that? But it is. So it is what it is. I learned something new, and it did costed me a bit of money. So that's the not comfortable part. But hey, now I can plug this puppy in like here, and then tada! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not shielded cable. If there was shielded cable, then the G will also trigger. You do need a different basically jacks that has metal outer shielding. Now thankfully this puppy can actually crimp this part. This part you see, it will also allow you to lock around the shielding. So In terms of crimp, I'm ready, although those cables are very expensive, shielded cables. So fundamentally, I'm happy. This is a very small thing, but I am happy that I upgraded myself to a point where it's like, hey, I can actually crimp my own cable. And believe it or not, I do have a lot of Ethernet cable, but most of them are from package deal. Whenever I bought a router, it came with. So I have a lot of short cable, not any one that is long. So now I can make long cables. I'm more than enough now. So minor progress, but I'm happy and I learned something new, so that is there. What you're working on these days? These days I'm working on a software project to make a software which again almost all of you guys will use if I get it to the where I want it to. It's almost like a VLC level software, so working on it. It's gonna take some time, and there are 3 people, exactly like how the last software project I had, I made it on what you call GitHub. Yeah, same thing. So that is being working on. I'm trying to make that Mark II of that hard drive 3D printed model, because again I'm surprisingly happy with that one. It worked, so it's shocking to me that it actually worked. I designed something and I made it and it worked, so it's shocking to me. So Mark II of that. The only thing that I'm like genuinely burnt out by is like my fume extractor. That electronic project kicked my ass. I'm not gonna deny that kicked my ass. So that's there. What book you are reading now? I just bought my 6th book. Do you guys want to see it before I finish it? Because I have not finished it. I just got it today only. Morning I got it. So are those refurbished mini PC around 12 to 13,000 Amazon? Do a job for learning programming language and web service? Actually, yes. No, here's the deal. Problem is when you say web, programming, what does that mean? Are you a beginner who's learning about programming, coding, basic stuff and all that? Yeah, cool. But if you're like, okay, I'm gonna write a whole game engine and I'm gonna do compiling, yeah, then it's not for that. So programming is way too broad of a term. So, but if you are on like, just starting out, it's more than good enough, more than adequate enough. Yes, yeah. What is that device that checks continuity? It's surprisingly cheap. You can buy it from almost any location. Let that be very clear. You can buy it from, hold on. Okay. You can buy it from almost any kit. It's available as a kit. And again, you can also, what the hell? You can also open it. So the idea is you can have it wherever you need to. This will send the signal. For example, let's just put it this way. Let's say you are dealing with a patch paper. So you put this on the ground, okay, and you turn it on. So it will go 1, 2, again, you have to have this, otherwise see the lights will on. The closed loop has to happen through here. So now on the other end, I'm gonna put this completely disconnected and only connected via this. Now you can see it will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now again, if you are much faster and much more competent, you can also make it faster. As you can see, so it's a very basic. You can get it for like few hundred rupees in local market. I bought it in Amazon, but I bought a whole kit. So I got this box and this cutter and this. So as a package, this was better on Amazon, but I would say because again it's my fault. I should have known that I needed Cat 6 for getting started. I needed Cat 6 crimpers and all that. So that is one thing that I will say. Get Cat 6 crimper, like pass-through crimpers, and this jacks. They're expensive. This is expensive. Like this is few rupees. This is like 100 rupees. So it's like this is expensive. But again, it makes my life so much easier. Video will come Wednesday, so that's there. Coding using ChatGPT again. No, I did not. I don't think you guys are the same question. Is that device continuity? Okay. Coding using ChatGPT again? No. This time, one of my friend who is like an actual coder, he's taking the lead on it. And basically, there is a open source tool that is super awesome, but it has no interface. It does not have interface, does not have like bad interface. There is no interface. So people generally take it and make their own program around it. And I noticed that there is a very serious lack of a tool that can just like, hey, do this. So I'm trying to fulfill that part. So again, it's working on that. I'm really upset. I had using software mod app. Modify Spotify, ban all modded app. Now here's the deal. Were you trying to cheat? Basically, if you are trying to get a service for free, of course they will ban it. See, they have to pay the artist. So fundamentally speaking, you can't expect them to give you out things for free. And again, that's the same reason why YouTube is working their ass off to ban basically ad blocker, because again YouTube gives you an option of ad blocker. It's called premium. I have YouTube premium and I have never even seen ad. I've forgotten like how it is, but again, because I am a premium member, I give a little bit of every time I watch my video, my premium gets divided between YouTube and all the viewer that I'm watching. So they are getting money, YouTube is getting money, I am getting ad free experience. So I pay for experience, and again, be very mindful, money does not buy time, it only buys speed. So paying for premium is paying for speed, so I no longer have to wait. Again, it's completely different. So once in a while, whenever I have to use one of my relatives mobile and YouTube to search anything, it's so shocking. It's like, ad, what is this, what is this thing, ad? So it's a weird thing. So that's there. If see, you can only still do at some point, like if everybody did that, so it's like it causes too much issue. So that's it. Just reveal the name of the book. The Mountain Is You, that's the book name. I haven't finished it. Yeah, just show the boop. Boop. What is boop, man? What is boop? I need to know what is boop. Book. Okay, but what's the project? Any detail you might want to share? No, not just yet, not yet. I do not want to jinx it. I do not want to jinx it. And again, my own experience with that freaking flame, fume extractor is, I'm not joking. Like I actually thought at some point it's like fume extractor would be finished, it would be easy. Now I'm thinking, what if I tone down the scope of the project, just get it done, so to say. I'm like, I feel sad about that, but it is what it is. But again, at least I'm happy that one project, that hard drive KID project, which again, it's a big project, and I did, like again, it's far more useful for far more people. So I'm very happy with that. That did happen. So some local market shop owner complained about that Amazon selling their business. What is your view on it? Yeah, that is true. That is factually true. There is no two way around it. You can't compete against. See, the core reason why Amazon can do that is they worked their ass off to get shipping right. Because here's the deal. Early days, you could even return your item. You can't do return item on like a shopkeeper. So that part is very true. So fundamentally speaking, I do understand their plight, so to say. But it's one of those things where it's like progress is causing such a big harm to such a large industry. And be mindful, that's just e-commerce, so to say. So manufacturers are still winning and customer are winning. Losing is the middleman. So a shop is inherently just a middleman. And there are certain items that have no effect on it. For example, high luxury item. But again, in India, we do not have too much scope for high luxury items, so to say, quote unquote. So that's not there. But I do understand. That's a genuine point, and fundamentally, it's a very autocorrect, bro. It forgot to add S. Oops. You are learning electronics from academia online? No, it's like self-taught stuff. Again, I'm not very. See, you have to understand. I do YouTube full time. It's not like, again, it looks super easy. Everybody thinks it's like 5 minutes of work. Turns out it's not. It takes time. And again, it may be just I'm not smart enough. I'm not fast enough. And again, recently I'm really not fast enough. Illnesses and just tired or just being burnt. So I'm not as fast as I used to be. So even just getting one video done per day is very difficult. There are 1 or 2 days in a week where I'm just like, yep, today is not happening. On my peak time, I was doing 1 video per day. Then I pushed myself to a point where it's like, I managed to do 1 video every day. So Sundays you're gonna get short, Saturday you're gonna get live, and or every day I had a video. And again, I still do manage it sometimes, but like, Computer Wednesday Computer Wednesday and Future Science Thursday, these are getting most neglected nowadays. So it is what it is. The Law of Human Nature by Robert Doctor, because only he can suggest you. The Law of Human Nature by Robert, so for your doctor brother, because only he can suggest you. Okay. The RTX 3050 GPU is available for 17,000 MSR. It was priced at 30K when it launched. Should I wait any longer, or should I? See, I think most likely it's an actual sale. there is a very good chance it's an actual sale. Do check, like first check how much VRAM it has. Second, how much bandwidth it has. So it could have large VRAM, and if it's very low in VRAM, basically the VRAM is too little, be mindful of that. Like again, if you just want a graphics card, hey, my computer has a graphics card, I do lightweight gaming, like, you can do a lot of stuff, but keep your expectation in check, especially if it has low VRAM. Again, I also don't have very high VRAM. My VRAM is only 12. I thought I will go from like, GTX 1070 to whatever, but upgrade from 8 GB to 16, but I can only jump from 8 to 12. So ironically got stuck there. You are a good YouTuber. Gradually, you will benefit from it. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. See, there are certain things that is not going well, but again, there is a very good chance it's happening because other things. Not like right now, my biggest problem is not YouTube. Like I have not even worried about YouTube for such a long time. It's shocking to me. It's like I used to be so worried. It's like, what if I got banned? What if this happened? What if that happened? All of that problem has went away. At this point in time, what the hell is happening on High Court? So there is a good chance that I might have to run to High Court in Ranchi, which is, it's gonna be a chore, let that be very clear. It's gonna be very expensive, very painful, and very big chore, but it is what it is. So this has rewired myself. Now, again, this year was very stressful. I'm not going to deny, but also I made a lot of progress. I finally got a credit card. I upgraded, changed my bank. So went from Federal Bank to Bank of India. Unfortunately, I think that may be a bad decision because my payment has stuck. I did not get paid for November. Like Google sent it, but I did not get it. Money is stuck. Like Google is like, yeah, bro, we sent you. And again, it's the same email that I get every month. It's like, bro, we sent it. 4 or 5 days you will get it. And generally I get a SMS on Bank of India to like, hey, some dollars have come into like foreign remittances, and then I get it in few days. Did not happen this time. I'm scared. Like I'm genuinely scared. So things like that does happen. But again, I also started to read books, and I'm on my 6th book, which is shocking to me. Shocking to me that Anupam Vipul is some kind of person who can actually read a goddamn book. So things happen, like, good, bad, things happen. Okay. Any option of separation anxiety? Yeah, that's a bit beyond me. It's true. Once you go for premium, after when you saw ad on other devices, gives me fulfillment of taking premium YouTube. Yeah, that's all. I thought SLS was the thing supposed to talk about. Yeah. See, many times all of you understand it's a live, meaning chat controls where I go. Now again, I do have a rough idea what I want to talk about, but chat controls it. Otherwise, why would people watch it? And it's not like I have two people interacting with each other, then I can control the topic and all that. But if it's just one person, I have to interact with the chat. Otherwise, well, nobody will watch it. So that's there. In terms of SLS, the good news that are coming out is right now, no matter who wins, that was like very clear for past few months that no matter who wins, be it Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, the likelihood of SLS being cancelled or poofed or crippled, it's very high. And I was shocked. Let that be very clear. I was very shocked when I realized that puppy actually consumed $100 billion. Yeah, $100 billion. I'm like, damn. And you may be like, okay, are they are paying you like, SpaceX and Blue Origin some amount of money? Yeah, that's barely $8 billion, like almost $4 billion to each of these. So almost $80 billion has already been spent on this project. This is so far beyond stupid that it makes James Webb Space Telescope look logical and cheap. So this is like such a big shock to me. Again, I always knew that SLS is expensive, not this expensive. So I'm now reasonably sure that government has to cancel it. It's no longer like, what if this and that? No, you have to cancel it. You cannot just let money burning party like this. So there is upper limit of that. And okay, what's going on? Okay. I'm glad Camera Tuesday is still going strong. Yes, Camera Tuesday is now an independent channel. The ironic part is like, I thought just recently Amazon announced that you can do link products, you can link the products. Cool, awesome, GG. Unfortunately, you do require 10,000 subscribers for that. So my Camera Tuesday, where I can link the most stuff, I can't freaking link it. They don't have it. And it's only available for Flipkart and Myntra as of now. Last I've checked, it's only available for those two puppies. So that is difficult. They do not have very good share. I thought they will have I am a student, because again, that's a very niche kind of system. So they would enjoy throughput from YouTube. I'll email them. It's like, see whether you can make it work or not. So that's there. Sorry, any options? Yeah, it's true. Once you go through Shika, I was supposed to say. I'm glad coming to say, okay, progress always widens the gap between rich and poor. Yeah, that is true. Actually, no. In long terms, no. Because here's the deal. Everybody just go 500 years back. There is no middle class. Go 200 years back, there is no middle class. Only now we have middle class. Only, and here's the deal, there is an ironic part of it. It's like once you actually are rich enough, you start to complain a lot more. And it's one of those things, revolution does not happen when everybody is hungry, because again, you don't have energy. It happens just when you have enough and you have things to complain about. So it's one of those things. It's like, why the heck people in older days were so hard, like, they could handle war and all that, and we have anxiety and psychological issues and all that. Again, it happens. It's one of those things. It's invert. Sorry about that. I think I do need to take care of my throat. It's freaking me out. Is your opponent filing case in High Court? Rumor is there. Rumor is not even, and here's the problem. I cannot know it unless the case has been filed and High Court sends a summoning order to me. So I have to go through that long process, unfortunately. Although I am checking on that, what is called, e-website where to check in order to check whether there is case filed under my name, yes or no. Although right now I have not seen anything, but again, it's painful. It is what it is. It's very freaking painful. Are they still using RS-21 engine in space shuttle in SLS? Yes, that's what. There is no new engine for it. It's just RS-21. There is no new engine. That's why I said SLS has to be terminated now, because SLS is not SLS. It's a basically carry forward from Constellation project. Constellation project was in during George W. Bush. That's when Constellation project was built, and it again consumed $6 to $8 billion, and it had that Orion capsule and the rocket. The rocket became SLS. Orion was carried forward. So now that's the another reason why Orion is such a stupid thing. It's like it's not designed for anything. It was designed for asteroid redirect mission. It was not actually designed for lunar landing or low Earth orbit. So it's a very messed up craft. They're forcing it to work for lunar orbit. It's like, yeah, it's not designed for it. That happened. Then Obama came. Obama is like, bro, what the hell? You consume so much money and you do not have the output. Cancel the project. Then Trump came. Trump happened to restart the project, I think in 2017. Then the project was called Artemis. At that point, SLS was basically that Antares rocket, I think something like that was the name. That rocket was renamed to SLS. But again, still carrying forward space shuttle parts and all that. So it's BS. Fundamentally, they have to cancel it now. There is a very good chance this might even be cancelled before the lunar mission. They might even cancel it. It's like, yeah, there is no point. And if we need a Starship to complete the mission, might as well complete the whole mission with Starship. So there's that. Black Friday sale in Amazon now. Unfortunately, I did not get my payment, man. I can't buy it. Even if I find something useful, I can't buy it. Don't have money left. That is the weird part. Do family courts allow unrelated person to sit in cases? Not directly, but sometimes you can just go there, and if you can sit quietly, most of the time nobody will bother you. But sometimes they will say like, hey, clear this and all that. And if they notice you for too long, then they're like, yes. That's why I'm saying you have to go through like a lawyer to actually have that. Get out of all of this case at any cost as soon as possible, because justice is not as important as you see. It's not under my control. And again, what if the opponent asks, give me $1 billion, then what can I do? See, when you say that, it sounds very childish or retarded. Like I'm gonna put on more on the side of childish. It's like, it's not under my control. You have to understand, otherwise I would not be suffering. SLS is a good example of money proximity. Money proximity? I don't know. LHC, like candy bar from front of SLS budget. Yeah, it's stupid. I did not knew that it was like in $100 billion. It's not exactly 100 billion. It's like 80, but there is a very good chance. They know, like, if they keep dragging it, it will cross 100. and again, they're supposed to be like few $100 million per launch. Yeah, no. No, the target was like 500 million per launch. They're saying even if you can get it down to $2 billion that would per launch, it would be like, whoa. And be mindful, it's not a reusable system, so it's a make it and throw. And be mindful, the RS-25 engine will run out, which was the only part that was designed to be reused. So the irony on steroids, it's ironic. RX 7800 or RX 4070. I will go with 4070 because again, and whether you like it or not, Nvidia is a better graphics card company unless you require a specific amount of VRAM. I think RX 7800 has more VRAM, right? If I'm not mistaken, one has 12 GB of VRAM, another has 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So in some scenario, I can see that VRAM being a good thing. But if I have to choose, again, I bought it. So I bought 4070 Ti. Oh yeah, mine is 4070 Ti. Mine is not default 4070. So that's a different. People still go rogue against CERN and LHC. Yeah, there is a valid point. If you are miserable and if your country cannot control the inflation and then you keep hearing about these sort of bonkers project, yeah, it will cause some discomfort. If it did not cause discomfort, then something is wrong. It's like, dude, how can you say, oh, it's just a small portion? It's like, dude, give that small portion to the food. Why the heck my food is going up in price? So it's one of those things. It's like, I understand the frustration that people have with these things. Should India mandate ADS? I do not get ADS. Define please, full form. ABS, I know, anti-lock braking system. I do not know ADS. So I have seen a sea going to Leh, Mumbai, Europe. I have also updated photos. Yeah, I've seen that. That was very interesting. I was actually shocked that they did it in daylight. I was shocked. Like, you're supposed to do it at night when nobody is seeing it. Like, they should have blocked that area because again, it's a national security system. Although to be fair, India should have enough undersea fiber cable that one cable should not cause any issue. And the more cable we add, the more resilient we get. So I do expect that to be true. But I was shocked that you can get so close to so easily. Although it may be, instead of a national cable, it may be a private cable. So they may not have that kind of security. So that's there. If people aren't allowed to sit in family courts, then why do you suggest visiting family court? See, when I say sit in the case, that's a different thing versus seeing what's happening in the people, and you can see all the details. Just be in that physical vicinity. See, the judge actually coming and sitting and listening to things, that happen very rarely. That's like 25% of the time. Most of the time is just people running around. So you will get a lot of information. And again, if you have any lawyer friend, you can make sure that you can sit inside it without too much hassle. And again, here's the deal. What is the value of your life? As simple as that. What is the value of your life? If your life value is X, do you want to spend some amount of life in order to make sure that this X is safeguarded? Or you can be like ego, where it's like, my ego is supreme. I am supreme ego. And nothing bad will happen to me. And then again, your life could work out, or you will learn the hard way. And at that point, when you learn the hard way, it's like, yeah, it would have been much cheaper if I had just, bite the bullet and actually went to the family court and seen, heard, experienced what is real life. So it's up to you. ADAS, yeah, I'm more in the fact of like Indian government should mandate a dash cam, especially for any car that has anything that can take away control from the driver. If it can take control away from driver, it must have a dash cam with a proper memory requirement, whereas like last 5 minutes must be saved. In a recent video, Putin realized concern about Trump life. Do you think there will be more assassination attempt on Trump in future? Most likely, but chances are very low that it will succeed. Be mindful, America is a very different kind of politics. So in their politics, they do not like the idea of poofing someone. They like the idea of discrediting someone. It's not a design for like, you poof your opponent. That's a Putin design. But in America, they discredit you because if you become a martyr, then it becomes unstoppable. So they have learned it the hard way that you will never supposed to like, poof someone, like discredited them. And again, they tried that with Trump to making him, he's like, hey, it's like, no, he's not, hey. It's not high, but they tried it. It did not work. Which task requires more VRAM? Graphics assets, basically. Whenever your video game loads 3D models, that goes into your VRAM, and then texture comes. Texture packs requires a lot of VRAM, and the higher the resolution that you load things in. For example, if your resolution is full HD, it does not require that much VRAM. But if it's 4K, yeah, it does require a lot of VRAM in order to load that many texture, that many LODs. So that's why VRAM is consumed. And again, running AI models also require VRAM. It's a owner Chinese Telecom and Geo and Indian Europe Express cable. I verified by asking supervisor present. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I've seen one, and collateral is always kits. Yeah, that's the sad part. That part is the most what you call, how can I put this, truly tragic one. Like they are blameless, but they suffer the most. But they did with JFK. See, sometimes some stupid person will do something stupid. That will always happen. Again, this person, this kid, what was his name, that tried to do with Trump. He got this close, man. He got this freaking close. Again, there are stupid people. They are like, and again, if you study the history, half of the time there are cuckoo people who are trying to do that. It's not logical to do. It's not like cabal sitting is like, we're gonna poof him. It's like, if they wanted to do it, that can be done. But most time it's just like cabal, and that's why Secret Service exists. And again, you have to understand, if you can assassinate your opponent, now you are at the crosshair. You cross that taboo line. So there is a serious point. And again, Trump is very honest about that. He flat out said he did not wanted to pursue Hillary Clinton for this exact reason, where he's like, what will it say about the country where it's like, president's wife is in jail? That's not a good thing. Even if she is crooked, national stability requires a bit of what you call, bit of system. Lincoln Lincoln became a god man. Yeah, that's also a point. And Abraham Lincoln, I think, is the second successful one. The first one was even before that, but again, this is so long ago. I keep forgetting that America goes in 18, I think it almost touches 17. Like, I know 1800s and all that, that's there in US history, but I keep forgetting that 16 is also there. They touch 16, 17 is there. I think late 17, that's when their actual constitution, when it was the constitution, US constitution, let me look into it. Oh, 1787. Damn. 1787. They have 17, man. They go back. They go back, basically. They go long back, so to say. They go long back. They go long back. Ironically, I have seen subsea cable to the beach next to me. Meanwhile, my building internet mafia don't allow Geo fiber. Anyone else? I have to use Airtel Air Fiber. Not to use Gunda ISP. Yeah, that's a true tragic. But I do hope if you are next to a mobile tower, you should be able to get a quality internet. It's one of those things that I do not think about, but there are certain irony. Like one of the irony was that one of my friend had, like, this is long ago, like 8-9 years ago, we were in Bangalore, and one of my friend had Reliance internet, and it was truly unlimited. But it, like, this is the road, HAL road, and this side my friend used to live, he had that 2 Mbps proper connect, like proper raw unlimited. So that time it was very big deal. So I wanted to get it on this side, and I called them, and it's like, and again, before that I have tried, but they were like, yeah sir, we do not provide connection on that side, we do not have fiber jumping the road. It's like, cool, but they said like, yeah, I paid money, I spent money. They returned it, I think, the money, but it, like, I almost for like 2-3 months I was like hoping that I will get the internet. It happens. USA has played very smartly since World War I. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They have good people in charge. Again, the fact that Trump had such wisdom that he's flat out saying that this is not an acceptable thing for a nation to have, like, president's ex-wife or like wife in jail. That's something serious. That is something deep. That is something very wise. And again, that up goes with everyone. Not everyone is very smart, especially I think this guy, what is his name? Joe Biden was pushing it too much. He was just flat out. Like, I think the worst president, like in terms of, not in terms of policy, but in terms of like, in terms of projection of power, he was the weakest. It's like bro was like tripping on stairs and he's forgetting what he's talking about. That was the worst case scenario. That was like, no. And some people say, I think that's why, like, you know, Russian invasion happened during his era, not during Trump. Because again, Trump was a very brutal man. He was like, oh, Kim Jong-un, I have a nuclear button. Everyone's like, you have to calm down there. Trump is like, bro, I have a button. Mine's bigger and mine works. I was like, damn. He just went like, you know, calling out bluff. Sometimes people get too lost in the politics, but like Trump is like, nah, bro, nah, bitch, nah, don't waste my time, bruh. It's like, you will launch your missile, our missile will intercept it before it clears your country. And we have Aegis system around your shore. Like, your missile will not clear, my man. You will launch your missile, it will just not clear the country. And then we gonna anal your country. It's like, that's the power difference between them. And it's like, we have nukes. It's like, bro, you think you have nukes. We have the ability to take a nuke in the face. Try me, bitch. So that Trump is very, you know, brazen about that part. It's like, yeah, you can threaten all you want, but it's like, if we go toe to toe with your ass is in the ground. And I'm like, given the fact that Ukraine second-hand me downs of American technology is like stopping the world's second biggest army. It's like, yeah, there is something to it. USA grant $8 billion to Intel. Yes. Sometimes you have to do that in order to safeguard your golden goose, so to say. Because again, Intel did mess up. Let that be very clear. Intel messed up big time. So, you know, Intel messed up big time. So let's see what happens. But USA has fucked up many other nations. Yeah, that's the what we call survival of the fittest. If you are not the fit one, you suffer. It's like, see, if India is stupid, right? And India is like, we're gonna build hydrogen train. Again, we're gonna suffer. And then you're like, okay, OPEC's control us, which is controlled by America, because again, dollar is the currency for OPEC. Who gave them the control? We did. Right? We did that stupidity. So if you are stupid, you will suffer. Like, it's like, sounds very like, you know, anti-hipster message, but that's the reality. Either you have power or you get run over by someone who has power. Like, there is nothing more than that. I think most people in the USA have clear ethics. Again, previous generation did. Like, they did. Like, you do not make a country this powerful just by like lols and dreams. Like, they really had like good work ethics, like really good. They lost it recently. I think the family unit damage has finally got catching up, so to say. But they did have, like, there was a time where they were genuinely good, hard-working people, and again, they got rewarded for it. I understand English, but I strongly suggest you write it. Hulululu. I have come from your Hindi channel and I am writing this after translating it. That's interesting. I think refueling 20 time is not for the moon, but Mars. Smart moves, Elon Musk, Starship fuel, behave, space, and leadership and space. See, let's see. Let's see what happens. Again, let that be very clear. I'm not guaranteeing that it has to be 20. It could be 10 only. But again, we do not know. And it's unnecessary. That's why, because the China deadline is 2030. China in June 2023 claimed that they're going to land a person on moon by 2030. They gave a deadline. And they have a whole pipeline, whole project working step by step. Chang'e 3, Chang'e 4, Chang'e 5, Chang'e 7, like everything is working flawlessly. So the likelihood that they can have actual landing on moon by 2030 is very high. The only difference, the only saving grace USA has is SpaceX. Now, can SpaceX have Starship ready by 5 years? Oh, Starship is almost ready. Like, it's almost to a point where in terms of launching payload, it's ready. And reuse is not an important part, because again, they are on what? Booster number 20 and Starship number 30. I think that's how many they have built. So that's not an issue anymore. So that's there. Love him or hate him, Trump meeting Kim Jong-un in 2018 was crazy AF. Yeah, that's the whole point. Like, see, at some point, like, you have to filter the BS. It's like, bro, I get it. Everybody thinks we are dumb and all that, but you forget, like, mine's really bigger than yours. Sometimes, like, America has to remind people, it's like, mine's really bigger than yours, man. Like, sometimes you forget, like, mine's really bigger than yours. He got a pat on the face. I do not know. Oh, and another part is this. This part you have to respect. There's too much political BS, like controlling and all that. And he had the balls to actually go to Afghanistan and flat out in Afghanistan is like, okay, tell me what the heck you guys need. It's like, okay, we need this clear. Okay, I'm the president. Green light, go. Poof them. They poofed it. So that's there. Slim maintain. Slim maintain. China has recently announced major discovery of gold reserve in Henan province, valued approximately 83 to 87 billion. Interesting. Interesting. That is interesting. Interesting. So, yeah, in terms of Chinese system, and this is another aspect, is like, do not look into, especially if you are Indian, do not look into what China is doing on moon, because again, they have actual footage of like, okay, this is our rover, this is how it landed, this is the lander. The rover actually says, there is a panorama. You go to Wikipedia, they have a full panorama of it, and it's a high resolution panorama. And then we look at what India did. It's like, we have a rover. Sir, any photo? Yeah, there is this 15 FPS GIF of it. That is from 1970. It's really tragic. In contrast, it's really, really tragic. Damn. My brother has said that it could take upwards of 3 weeks to clear this flu. I think from next year, I really have to take flu shots regularly. What do you think about wokeism? Is it spreading fast globally, especially in America? Does it survive a poof like hips movement? Yeah, it will be poofed. Yes, dear. That wokeism is the penalty of family unit destruction. What first happened is the family unit destruction. Wokeism is a void, basically virus that is filling the void. It's basically, if you remove religion, something else will take its place. Like humans need something to aspire to, or something to make decisions, because again, life is very painful and majority of decision is wrong decision. So how the heck you can endure it? So different cultures make a religion to handle that. Some religion will say it's meant to happen. Some religion will say there will be a balance to it. And again, you have to deal with that. But once you destroy the family, there is nothing. You are like, nothing. So in that scenario, wokeism took its place. And again, that's why people act like, almost like they are in cult. Now, this is happening worldwide. And yes, it has very serious consequences because it collapses birth rate. Once birth rate collapses, yeah, you are actually going to poof. Like poof. So that's there. India building dedicated freight corridor, do you think it's I have already made a detailed video on freight corridor, and it's a really gorgeous idea. It's a good idea. A nation cannot run on trucks. Truck should be what we classify as last mile delivery. For example, let's say a farmer, right? In UP, there is a lot of farmers, they are farming. So they use tractors, right? Tractors to collect. Then they put everything in a trucks. Trucks goes to the railway station. The railway station distributes all across India. And from local railway station to warehouse, you use truck. You should not use truck in a nation to like, okay, I'm going from state A to state B using trucks. That is stupid. If that is happening, you're going to starve to death, and fuel prices, again, not only you're going to consume a lot of fuel, you're also going to increase inflation. So it's a good idea. Like all the planning that went into it is surprisingly good, surprisingly well thought out, and it could yield some good results. What do you think Elon Musk is the most powerful man in the world, unelected? Okay, not that much. Not that much. Like, I would still put Jeff Bezos above that. And be mindful, especially if Jeff Bezos finally gets his rocket going, and if it lands on first try. Let that be very clear. Right now it's unknown. But if it lands on first try successfully while deploying a payload on first try, yeah, he's back. Daddy is back. Daddy is like, bro, daddy is back. So it's gonna be very interesting. People like Darwin did a great job selling science as a replacement of religion. Then free men got stupid. Like, not free men. See, family unit destruction is completely independent. That was from feminism. And again, not even feminism. I think it was more like targeted missile that like took a name of that. But I do not blame Darwinism for that. Like, science has nothing to do with religions. Like, there are so many scientists who are religious. It's about family structure. Like, once you have the family structure, like there is something that takes care of you when things are going down. That's again family. Family unit does that for everyone. It's like, It's 2 plus 2 equal 22. Once we broke that, there is nothing left. Nothing left. Because it doesn't matter who is in the cabinet, what matter who is talking with Donald Trump on a daily basis, and that is Elon Musk. See, that's going a bit too far. That's going a bit too far. Okay, that's going a bit too far. Yeah, it's not power. Again, it's not like meaningless or powerless, but in terms of grand scheme of thing, what is abortion law hemp in USA? Why women protesting against it? See. You have to understand, it's a lie. There is no abortion ban or things of that nature. Abortion ban is in India. You can't get abortion here, but like in USA, you can get it. The only difference is how many, like basically what reason you have to give, and different states. Sometimes you have to travel to different state, and the reality is like how long you have to wait. For example, you get pregnant, 9 months later you have delivery. Now most places are very comfortable in first 1 month to 2 months. Then some states are like, yeah, we do not go third month or fourth month. But like once you can detect it in an ultrasound very clearly, yeah, we are not cool with that. And again, some are like 7 months. Now what US woman now wants, because again loss of family unit and brain damage, is they want like 1 minute before delivery. I'm not even joking. I am not joking. They are literally chasing for that. Like, till the last minute. It's like the baby is out. It's a living thing at that point. Yes, dear. From cell, right? Like it's an organism that is like a, what you call, dependent, right? It's a dependent organism. But from dependent to independent, it happens in 9 months. And you want to poof it when it's almost independent. And be mindful, premature birth does allow children to survive. So it's not like, oh, you cannot survive like, outside of mother's womb. But it's like that point, like poofing that point is very, lot of people are not comfortable with it. So again, that's why it is under conflict. And be mindful, women are stopping it. If it was completely on liberal women's, they would have like, okay, after birth also poof the baby if we are not wanted. I'm not even joking, not even joking. There was one point where it's like one senator or someone like, very big is like, he flat out said, it's like, how you will abort the baby is like, if it's already born, yeah, the baby will be kept alive and all that, then we're gonna decide what to do. It's like, wait a minute. Baby has been delivered, it's alive, independent. Now you want to poof it? Like this, I'm not joking, not making this up. This actually happened, and I was like, whoa. Like I'm cool with like poofing humanity, but like this is like just demonic. This is just like whoa. Yeah, that's it. Darwin, not drawing. Why Americans have good ethics without family unit that encourages us to destroy our family? No. They used to have it. Now they no longer have. If USA was like it's even half of its former glory, it would be a completely different country. Like it lost its edge. Flat out, it's lost its edge. How powerful it was to slowly decay to such a point where like businessmen are selling the whole country away. That would not have happened. That would not have happened. Basically, after the, like basically we want to track it once alimony laws are passed, properly enforced, where it's like, okay, now women crying can get alimony. The moment that happens, it's like the country falls apart. When the baby gain consciousness third month before, is that okay to what? Again, I do not care like okay or not okay. It's not my department. It's a woman's body, it's our choice. And again, the person who has to do it is, they have to take care of it. It's like it's their life. It's like they are deciding it. And again, is it alive? Is it not alive? For me, it's a very simple gradient, whereas like, but again, I cannot classify it in percentages. Like, okay, it's 50% alive, 50% alive. That's not how it works. So, I do not know. Again, I'm not a woman and I do not care. Like, again, from an ethics point of view, my ethics is very simple. If you want to poof it, just poof it. But like, own up to it. It's like, yeah, you want to poof a baby, poof the goddamn baby. It's like, because again, I have a very simple philosophy. It's like, you do not stop someone from doing bad things to themselves. And yes, baby does include, again, it's inside her body, so it does come into that. So that is there. But again, it's a bad thing. It's very simple. It's like, you can do a bad thing. I will not stop you from doing a bad thing, but it's a bad thing. It's one of those. That's my philosophy. It's like, you want to do a bad thing, you want to do a stupid thing, especially to yourself. It's bad, but it is what it is. Is living when beeping and consciousness. Hello, sir. I have talked about a chopper. I have done it. Controls 3 HP DC motor. I have done it. I have talked about a chopper. What do you think? Data storage. Have done it. Controlled 3 HP DC motor, 220 volt, 4 amps. Huh. It's a DC motor that is 220 volt. Damn. Wow. It's a universal motor and 4 amp. I'm not getting what you're trying to quantify here. What do you think about DNA data storage? I've already made a video. Like if I have to put my money, I'll put my money on 5D, glass storage, not DNA storage. See, many people forget about DNA storage. It's like it survives very long. No, it survives because you make millions of copy of it. So the data itself does not survive. You just have millions of copy and hope that some survive. And every time you read it, you destroy the data. So I'm not that comfortable with that. I'm not like, I get it what's the intended, and again, it cannot even be fossilized. So I do not know why the heck people are so excited. But again, glass storage, inherently nothing in it that will demagnetize or change. So inherently stable chemistry. So at least for 10,000 year kind of time frame, I am far more cool with glass storage rather than this. Because again, crystal do last. Crystal naturally do last. And if you have data in the crystal which cannot be changed easily, and again, if you make hundreds of copy of that, likelihood of survival is very high. So that's it. DC separately excited motor. I think I know what kind of motor you're talking about, but I do not know at the top of my head. Sorry about that. But there is a lot of motor design. A lot of motor design. So there is that. DC separately excited motor. Yeah. UK passes a bill which allows people with serious illness to kill themselves and take a pill by themselves. Yeah. See, again, it always goes back to the same thing where it's like if you want to do something that, again, even if I consider it wrong, as long as you are doing it to yourself, I will not interfere. Like that's my ethics, where it's like, you do you, I do me. Like that's, again, as I lived longer, as I've grown, like I used to go through that phase of like, I know what's best and like, you should have to do this and all that. No, now I've reached a point where it's like people have different perspective, good or ill, the freedom must be maintained. So again, that's my current Anupam Vibhav's perspective. I understand it where people are like, the life has value and all that. Yes, like, yeah, no. You have a good life, then you can say that. If you have miserable life, you will be happy if your life ends. So at that point, it's like, because 4B movement also getting power. No, it's, they are pretending, but here's the deal. They are far hungrier than male there. So they cannot handle it. That is, they cannot handle that. So please make a video on Indian Railway, why it is in loss after overcrowded. See, that's that goes into so much politics. It's like, it's a messy thing, and I will get so much hate for that. It's like, not like, it's not tech related. Tech related I have covered. I have covered the Vande Bharat. I have covered the how locomotives works, dedicated freight corridor. Those I enjoy. But like if you go into this sort of semi-political kind of scenario where it's like, it's very messy. So I know, very silly to ask, but I want to know how to clean my RAM. Like you want to physically clean the RAM, just take it out and use isopropyl alcohol to clean it. Software wise, there is nothing to clean, just restart the computer. So I hope you are physically talking about it. In that scenario, use a cotton swab and isopropyl alcohol to wipe it and clean it. What's your future marriage plan? Dude, why are you so worried about it? I'm not getting married, bro. Never, ever, ever again. Ever. I lived it too long, man. I'm like 32 years old now. And again, I'm basically not rich enough to risk those sort of things. I'm not rich enough. Can you cover non-tech topics in future Friday? You can cover non. I do. I'm covering so many non-tech things, even some sort of politically related topics. I am covering that. Next video would be on tariffs. It's a very good topic. And again, this is one thing I've noticed. People are very on edge, so to say, whereas like you say this, like fire missile. It's like, dude, don't fire missile, don't waste your energy. Like, relax. And one of my philosophy that, again, as I grow older, one of the philosophy that I've listened from someone, I do not know who is the source of it, but it is called 51%. Meaning, I can be friend to you, I can chill out with you, even if your philosophy is completely different than mine, as long as I agree with 51%. meaning 51% of what you are. It's like if I say, hey, freedom equals good thing, you're like, yeah man, freedom equals good thing. And again, like we go, and then it's like, hey, I'm completely different about this, you are completely, no problem, as long as that 51% is there, I will do that. And again, I've evolved that to such a point where it's like, especially for online celebrity and all that, especially if I'm trying to extract knowledge out of them, I will filter. It's my responsibility to filter. For example, right now, a lot of people are going angry on this guy, Bill Nye. Not Bill Nye. What is the other guy name? Holy damn, Neil deGrasse Tyson, sorry. Yeah, I forgot about that. Neil deGrasse Tyson, it's like he's saying men and women are same. It's like, yeah, I know, he went full cuckoo. He went full, on that. But again, does that mean all his scientific knowledge is wrong? No. It simply means on this, his filter failed. Now, it's my job where he's giving knowledge. When he starts to infuse that BS, my filter is like, nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. I'm like, nah, bro. You shall not pass this BS, bro. So that's how I'll try to learn. Even this guy, Joe Rogan? No, not Joe Rogan. What is this guy's name? Jordan Peterson. Yeah, Jordan Peterson. He's also he has some good point. But again, he's also like a bit of a woman worshipping. Where it's like, you should get married and all that. It's like, yeah, tell me what the hell you're gonna do if she lies. Like in his world, a woman never even lies. Like again, so I have a very good filter. So when he talks about like you should take care of your life, you should clean your room, good, everything I'm taking it. He says get married, boom, no bullshit allowed. My filter is like block set. So that's my current life philosophy. Whereas like I will take as much knowledge as I can take out of you, without getting offended, so to say, without getting triggered. Because like again, Trump flat out disagrees with global warming. I agree with it. But would I reject anything Trump says? Because, oh, he does not believe. No, hell no. I'm like, he's a businessman. He knows his stuff. He fired a missile at White House and he got into the White House. And there is a song, Trump came in like a wrecking ball. Listen to it. It's awesome. It's amazingly good. And again, I respect him. And he's very clear. And again, he says like, bureaucracy is the biggest problem. Like, bingo. The man knows. The man knows what's the problem is in this world. So again, that's my job. It's like if he says something BS, my filter's job is like, bro, no, delete. Good thing, bullshit coming, no. That's what I have to do. That's what I'm trying to be at this point in time. Where it's like I can absorb all the information from you, even if I disagree with you. So again, I do have to filter it. And yes, sometimes it does trigger and agitate. But again, that's my hope. That's my aim. That's what we call what is the correct word for that? There is a word for this. I keep forgetting the word. Aspiration. Yeah, that's my aspiration. Where it's like, I want to be a person who can extract knowledge from every source. That's my aspiration. Okay. Recently, Australia banned social media below 16. Okay, below 16. Yeah, it's a good thing. That's a good thing. See, lot of us, like people who are in 32 years old, we got the luxury of growing up then getting internet, so we can manage it. If children are directly getting from very early age, it's very destructive to their mind. Like their mind is growing around internet, which is not a good place to be. So I am totally cool with that. Again, it's one of those things where it's like you have to have certain level of maturity in order to handle it. It's like, I have a baby. I will not give him complete freedom because again, it's a freaking baby. He has to grow up. He has to know things, learn things. And we are like 16 and 18 and 21. That's the zone where it's like, you slowly let off the control and it's like, they go into the independent world. So I'm totally cool with that. I'm making any projects related to electronics? No. I'm scared of electronics, man. I barely finish it. Nowadays, I see too many birth of baby girls rather than babies. Now, see in India, women much more than men. That could also happen. How to delete data from SD card? I'm deleting but unable to delete. That means there is a good chance that your memory card is stuck in what we call read only. If it's in read only mode, you cannot touch it or tamper with it. If it's like a full size SD card, it will have a tiny notch. See, the notch is changed. And if it's a micro SD card, then you may have formatted it from some other device that has made it to read only. Or worst case scenario, it's an actual hardware failure, and as a protection mechanism, it's not allowing you to delete anything. What is the condition of, so are you getting benefited? No, I'm not using it. It's like, that's the project that stumbled me. Like I'm so burnt from that. It's like, again, I'm thinking that, in few days, if I actually get like, energy to do it, it's just that I'll make it like just manually set it as like, okay, start the fan one by one and set all the fan RPM to 2000. No RPM reading, no Wi-Fi app, nothing. This was an attempt, and I think I got bit of more than I can chew. And the biggest issue is because I'm alone working on it, it's like, it's difficult. It's like, it was bit of more than I can chew, so to say. Why we are building so many expressway if the project is dedicated for and it's almost about the complete. Yeah, that's complete stupidity. I have no idea. I do not understand it, because again, if your country is running on trucks and this is what you are talking to Congress or like, Parliament, where it's like, hey, we have to build an expressway because trucks are moving goods from like one state to another. Yeah, we did. And again, we're going to be dead from the debt that this sort of flyover, highways will. And again, the more highway you will make, the more tolls you will increase, the more people will suffer. So I do not know how the heck that happened. Like again, I get it. 2-lane road, good. 4-lane, okay. 6-lane, 8-lane, what the hell? Like that went into what the hell? And again, if you really want to have like, this sort of freedom, have a railway track and have what we call roll on, roll off. Like, people, you have a, and again, it has to be diesel. It does not need to be electric. You can be simple like, hey, and again, these expressway only have very hundreds of kilometers away. Then they have what you call intersection. Yes. So every intersection could be a station, and you can, again, if it's a low traffic area, you just have one line. It becomes 2 line. So basically, you wait for train to, like, train is in station. The train comes in, parks into the second platform, then it goes back. So again, exactly how toy train works in Jammu. So you can do the same, or again, it's a high throughput area. You put 2 railway tracks. 2 railway tracks on roll on and roll off can move all the cars, all the trucks, while consuming less fuel. Because A, metal on metal, B, the air tunneling effect of that system, because drag is fixed. So it's much cheaper, much more effective. You can even have like, few AC cars on the back end, where it's like, hey, you just park your car, sit into this, and then just take out your car when you are like, at your station. It will give so much flexibility. And there is like, roll on and roll off. There are places in India that are doing it. Imagine if whole expressway became like that. So people are like, hey, we do need some flexibility. Bingo. Again, I am totally comfortable with 2-lane, 4-lane. The moment it starts to go 6, 8, and again, please tell me there is no road that is more than 6 lanes. At that point, I'm like, dude, what are you smoking? Like, you are literally bankrupting the country. Are you checking whether the position willing to help or just want money? See, what you are asking is very complex. I do not know. The only way I have figured out whether you have some potential of doing right is basically how thorough you are. So if you're like, hey, I want to do this, tell its flaws, like tell what could go wrong, tell what of this. If you have a good answer of that, like, somebody sat down and thought it through and figured things out, then I'm like, yeah, the probability of this person not BSing is very high. But if that person is like, hydrogen train, man, I'm like, what is the penalty? There is no penalty, man. It's awesome, man. I'm like, yeah, that is BS. So that's the easiest way I have figured out to filter. And again, I cannot guarantee that it works. But again, it's better than nothing. Do you believe government even after Trump? Of course I believe it. I know, I have seen the data. Like, it's not believe or anything. Like, I have seen rivers disappear. I have seen glaciers disappear. It's not a if or that. Like, it's happened. Like, it's for me, it's like I know the data. And again, here's the deal. We are closer to equator. So all that data is brutal and amplified for us. So yeah, and again, every year summer temperatures are going so high. Like, now the summer temperature is 10 degrees Celsius higher than what it used to be when I was in school. 10 degrees higher. That's not like one weather event. Like, that's 10 degrees hotter. So yeah, that's it. Can we partition 512 GB into 2 drives and make one for OS, another for storage in external SSD? In principle, yes, you can do that. What is the percentage of male female subscriber in Hindi channel? Maybe 1 or 2% female, maybe. Like the smell of soldering fumes. Is it harm to lungs? Yes, it does. Basically, they are wasting our tax money on expressway. Yeah, that again, little bit here and there, that's cool. But if you're making so much, that starts to scare me. That starts to scare me. Okay, it's been 1 hour, 3 minutes. I'm gonna take, yes, you are saying, whatever. Then you are not suitable for this English channel if you do not know what BS stands for. Texas F16. See, Texas is Texas, man. Let them go. I do not give a damn about their stupidity. I want Indian to be smart. So how can you check whether this person is willing to help or just... See, you are repeating the same thing. I answered that. I literally answered that. 26 lane on a... No. 26 lane is what? Like 12 lane on one side? No. What most likely you are talking about is maybe a toll booth. But anyway, it was an interesting live stream. Now my legs are tired. Now I have to take a rest. And thank you for such an interesting live stream. It was some good questions and I enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I will see you guys next week. Bye.